being in a relationship with a specific person, for instance, and he is not, then wouldn't law of attraction still bring him back into my experience rather than just the essence of his qualities through other people? Or does his free will affect what I desire?
All right, so there's this thing that I want, this specific thing that I want, and in fact I've had a specific experience that I want, where I decided that I want something and it's not coming to me, and I'm soothing myself by trying to figure out if this is something that we'd all decided before. I'm trying to figure out where my power is in the moment. I'm trying to figure out what my relationship is with other people. How much power of influence do I have with other people? So that's pretty specific. Something that I want isn't turning out the way I want it to turn out, and I want to know what I can do about that. You want to talk more about it?
I just want to have closure with an individual, with a relationship that I had, in knowing,
right,
knowing.
Do you see, stay with us. This will be really good for you and for them. Okay. But do you see how she started in a sort of general place, but there was a strong specific there that was at the basis of it, that meant even if we'd spent quite a bit of time at that point answering the question, it wouldn't have been something that would be very satisfying. So that's why as we ask you to get more specific, you can feel that there's a lot of stuff going on about that. Yes?
Right.
So talk there just for a minute, right where you were before we interrupted you.
Well, you have a broader perspective than my personality limiting self to see things in a broader.
True enough.
So that's why I'm asking.
We don't. It's logical, but what we're saying is we know the answer to every question. Really.
So let me just get straight to it.
But that's meaningless, because unless you're in the vicinity, our answers are annoying, aren't they?
Right, absolutely.
Can you feel how annoyed you're feeling? In other words, because you want us to specifically get right to it, but if we specifically get right to it, you can't hear it because you're all wrapped up in this other vibration. So now let's go general. But you didn't want to go general. You already said you didn't want us to go general. In what you read. In other words, Abraham, I don't just want the essence of him. I don't just want the essence. I want this person who it won't come. So I want you to tell me that we had a contract before we got here, that we would just mess with each other and stir up a lot of trouble and make each other want something more, and then that we would just go away, so that then we would have to find our alignment in some other way. I want to believe that there is a soul contract, and that's why it's not working out the way I want it to work out. Or is that not quite where you were?
Well, I feel like this individual sort of reneged on the soul contract because they made a different choice once they got here in the present, in the physical body. And I want to know if that's true.
And why does it feel so strong to you that this person reneged on a soul contract? Why do you say that so powerfully?
Because his higher self, when I speak to his soul essence, it's different.
Maybe we'll go along with that. We think you've extrapolated that after the fact, but we think there's another reason that you feel very strongly about that. Can you figure out what it is? I was so sure that this was right. Why? Why did you believe so much in this relationship? Enough to say that
it was just like heaven on earth in that relationship, because there was synergy and we finished each other's sentences. We were, it was just the contrast of that as well too. It was like heaven and hell. It's like we really mirrored each other, and had quite the opportunity to do something phenomenal on the planet together. And I feel like we're doing it apart now, but just fine. He made,
all right. So now that all felt interesting, didn't it? Because you got very specific about it. So now, can you tell us that story in a more, still say in your sort of broken place about it, but be more general? That was strong and specific and accurate. But now be more general, because the whole thing that we're doing here, we're not trying to fix this relationship. We're just trying to get you into a place that you can hear our answer, because it's a really good one.
Thank you.
It's a really good one. So our complete objective.
I'm buying the CD so I can hear even more.
Our complete objective here is in helping you to shift. We're wanting you to achieve an emotional manifestation. an emotional manifestation of trust and belief and confidence. So let's get general about what you just said about all of that. Be general about it. General and negative. General and negative. Didn't work out. I think it should have. Something went wrong. I don't get it. Seems unfair. I thought I knew what I was doing. Now I'm not sure. This sucks. General. General. I don't like it. Wish I could fix it. I feel stymied. I feel bamboozled. I feel betrayed. It doesn't seem right. Something is screwy. I don't trust the laws of the universe.
I just still love this person, and
don't try to jump too far. Don't try to jump too far. In other words, so those statements all reflect how you've been feeling, but they are more general. Therefore, it's sort of loosening up in your vibration a little bit. So now we're going to go lean more in the direction of positive. Must have been for a reason. I don't believe anything happens that isn't of value. I really do at least want to believe that things are working out for me. I certainly am stimulated to some strong desires. I am certainly more alive about it. I'm not complacent about any of this. I still feel that powerful work is going to come out of it. It was really pleasant and wonderful in large part. I now am aware of the potential of a really good relationship, and I look forward to it. I accept that the relationship can come in different forms through different people, and I am open to it. I want the feeling of it again. I like the feeling of being in love. I like the feeling of being empowered. I like the feeling of being stimulated by another. I like discovering my own power. I think maybe in this, maybe I was turning too much of myself over to another. I was looking for reflection back from him, and maybe he was looking for reflection back from me, and maybe that's where we got crossways of our soul contract, because our soul has never been encouraging us to look outside of ourselves. So maybe it's something about that. I know we were more good for each other than we were not good for each other, and I really am at the point where I can powerfully say that I'm not sorry for the relationship. I feel stimulated and more alive and more eager about what's coming next, and I feel that part of what I'm wanting to teach is wrapped around in all of that. And I know that words don't teach, that it's only life experience that teaches. And so I'm not against having a strong experience in order to come to a strong point of knowing. And I'm feeling more confident all the time that I'm going to get to where I want to be. And right now, I don't feel much angst about not having that full-blown manifestation, because I feel better about where I am right now. I'm starting to sort of understand it a little better. I know that nothing's ever done and that I can't get it wrong, because nothing's ever finished. And so I shouldn't give up on this, even on the specifics of this relationship, because it's still in the process of the state of becoming. This deliberate creation doesn't mean take what is at face value and just accept it as it is and get used to it. Deliberate creation is about working out what I want, and I'm still knowing what I want with this. I don't have to give up on this. This is a dream that I don't have to give up on, and right now I don't feel like it's challenging me so much. I think I can live with it as it is while I'm on my way to the improvement of this specific dream. Yeah. I don't have to state the how and the where and the when and the who. I just have to know that I need to feel good, and I do feel good right now. I feel steady now about this. I've talked myself into alignment. Nothing has changed in terms of outer manifestation, but a definite manifestation has taken place in this moment, because I feel better. I feel better, don't you?
I do.
I feel better.
And
so now
what you said is true. Everything.
So now here's the thing that, and we really want you to hear this. We don't have to start again. You don't need to start again. It's not prudent. Start again. Not ever a good idea when you feel this good in your general statements to try to get more out of it, because there's the risk you'll go the other way, because how you've been feeling has been pretty dominant and pretty steady. So you've brought yourself into a better feeling place. Take it. take it and run with it. In other words, leave it there for now. So now, more general statements. Don't have to figure this out right now, this red hot minute. I don't need to wrestle it to the ground and kill it. I'm feeling pretty good. I've accomplished what I set out to accomplish right now. I've improved my point of attraction. I've improved my point of attraction enough that now I'm going to enjoy watching for the evidence of that improvement. Good for now. I'm good. I'm good.
Just
Close the
staying in
notebook.
vortex
And if you will do this, if you will write it rather than think it, write it in a notebook, even better than typing it. If you'll start with your handful of negative statements, specifically negative, and then deliberately find a handful of generally negative statements, somewhere in the middle of those generally negative statements, you'll start feeling some more generally positive statements. And when you feel it shift, you don't have to take it all the way home, because sometimes trying to take it all the way home into the specifics just activates what's really still specific. It might take you 5 or 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 moments like this until you really allow the soothing of your vibration. And in the moment that you do, here's the part that we really want you to hear. And now you can hear this, and it'll feel good to hear it, where a minute ago if we'd said it to you, we would have just annoyed you with it. As you get to that good feeling place, now the manifestations can begin to reveal themselves to you, and you can feel the fullness of how much of what you want is at your fingertips and ready to reveal itself to you. In other words, once you accomplish the shift in the way you feel, the manifestations just start boom, 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 boom into your experience. And then you get this sort of synergy going where you felt good without needing the manifestation, but because you felt good, you got a manifestation. And now you've got a manifestation, it's easy to feel good. And now you're feeling good, you're getting another manifestation. And now because you're getting a manifestation, you feel good, but you've got it going in the right direction. In other words, it's cycling in the correct formula rather than needing the manifestation in order to feel good. And once you get it going like this, the momentum is really, really strong until you reach this place where you begin to feel that all things are possible for you, and that you would never have had that feeling about that person if there wasn't something significant for you. And maybe it's already played out, but I don't think it's really played out. You say, I can feel that there's still very much more that is there. And I just got crossways. We just got crossways of the energy of it. And so instead of working in concert together with the souls that we are, with the agreements that we had into motion, we've been working sideways of it because we did something that our soul never encouraged us to do, and that was we made each other more significant to the way we feel than making our vortex, our alignment with our soul, more important to how we feel. And once we've got that in place, now that I've got that in place, now that I'm feeling that, I can, through the power of my alignment, maybe be one, certainly be one, but maybe be one, certainly be one, who now, because I'm feeling good, I can now begin to expect this other to find vibrational alignment in the same way. And won't it be fun when manifestations begin to appear in my experience that lets me know the validity of this feeling that I've reunited with? Now that was really specific, but you could not have heard that as clearly if we had not done it generally. You see?